Hi and welcome back. So let's get straight into the latest update for the gym build here in the Philippines. So the outside of the gym is painted white. All that needs to be done now is for the supports to be removed. And inside the main door, the tiles have been laid in the reception area. As it has always done during the build, the rain came back and stopped all external work on the build. You can see here they've now cut away some of the railing area. That's my fault. This is the area we're going to use for shelving for the wall balls, the slam balls, the dumbbells, the kettlebells, etc. for CrossFit. We're now at the stage where electrics are being fitted. This is the main switch box that Alan has set up near the main entrance. And across the door from the gym's electrical setup is the solar setup. We've got 2 inverters, electrical switch box and 2 batteries. We want the gym to be off-grid as much as possible. And upstairs, the welder continued to build the heavy-duty shelving that's going to hold the kettlebells, the dumbbells, the slam balls, the wall balls, etc. So they need to be very sturdy because there's going to be hundreds of kilograms of weight on those shelves. And later on the next day, the supports for the shelves were completed and the welder had started to lay and weld in the actual shelves themselves. And the day after that, he'd finished the shelves complete and he'd also welded on the back the wire mesh that would stop the wall balls, the dumbbells and the kettlebells, some of which are 20 or 30 pounds, falling over the edge and hitting people on the head as they walked up the stairs. And downstairs, Alan, the electrician, was finishing off fitting the fire alarm system. And the first order of gym equipment that I'd ordered to test the quality I thought would look good, sitting on the shelves that were now complete. Now, I say complete because in a few days I'm going to talk to Leo and tell him I want more shelves on top of the ones that were already finished. So thinking he'd finished the shelves upstairs, the welder moved downstairs and started building the frame for the toilets and the showers, and I've gone for a steel frame and I'll explain that in just a second. As well as the Philippines being a very hot country, it's also extremely humid, and people who build toilets with fiberboard partitions eventually will find that the screws will work loose and the locks won't work as well, and in some cases they actually start to rot. So that's why I went for steel frame, and there's going to be steel plate filling the gaps in the steel frame. So along with the initial purchase of some machines, bumper plates, weights, etc., we also got some floor tiles to see what they looked like. The floor tiles we did buy, obviously not enough for the whole of the ground floor, they started to get laid as well. So the toilets and showers have now been finished. You can see here I've gone for function over fashion. It is in fact a gym toilet and not a boudoir. The area where the gym is built is prone to a certain amount of flooding, about 2 or 3 inches if there's heavy rain. So we decided to build a walkway from the gym to the location of the up and coming car park. And about a week after I surprised Leo with this next bright idea of mine, the walkway was complete. But as usual, I changed my mind and said, let's have a step at the end of the walkway. And this was not the end of it. Something else is going to happen in the near future. And a few days after that, the final delivery of gym mats actually arrived. Leo and I worked out how many we'd need to have on the first floor in the gym, so the guys started to carry them one by one, and that is not easy because those mats are quite heavy. Once we had the mats divided equally on 2 floors, the guys started to fit them. Now, for what they are, dumbbell racks that you can buy ready built here in the Philippines are extremely expensive. So the ever industrious welder set about making a bespoke set for the gym. And many thanks to Francis, the owner of Fitspire Gym, he allowed us to copy his design. Now, most gyms you visit, when it comes to chest, will have a flat bench, they'll have an incline bench, and they'll have a purpose-built decline bench. I think this is a bit restrictive, so I've gone for the CrossFit rig type setup. So by adjusting the J clamps on one station, you can actually have decline, incline, and flat bench in one place. And by adjusting the J clamps again, you can then turn that station into a squat rack. And if my measurements are correct, we can have 4 of these stations in the gym. And if you haven't got a spotter, you can always use these safety bars. So the welder has finished fabricating the dumbbell racks. He's painted them, he's positioned them in their final resting place, and also we put the dumbbells that we ordered for testing on the rack to see what they look like, and we all think they look quite good. Now, one of the pet peeves I've got with gyms is that they never have enough bumper plates or enough weight plates, and when they do have them, they store them all in one place, usually at the end of the gym. And this contraption is an idea I stole from a CrossFit gym that I used to go to when I was in the Middle East. It allows you to move weights from one end of the gym to the other without having to traipse backwards and forwards carrying 10s and 20s as you go. This is me quite easily moving 160 kilos from one end of the gym to the other using just one hand. Things kind of went quiet for a week or two while we were waiting for the rest of the equipment to arrive from China. The first thing to arrive was 10 plyo boxes, and they're going to go upstairs on the first floor in the CrossFit Metcon type area. This is Leo struggling with the Chinese instructions. That said, it didn't take long before Leo and my brother-in-law Kukoi were all over it like a badly fitting suit. I'm actually editing this about 4 to 6 weeks after this actually occurred, and I don't remember it taking them this long just to get the first one set up. Once they'd worked out the process from the first one, and with the assistance of my daughter, they fired through the other 9 in no time at all. Other important elements then started to come together. This is the fridge freezer that's going to be in reception. We didn't like the design on the freezer section of the fridge freezer, so our friend John helped us with the facelift. And then the important day arrived and the final delivery of all of the gym equipment. This is something that always makes me smile. A truck that is too high to go under the electrical cable, so you can see they are in chaos there, has a wooden stick, and he pushes the electrical cable out of the way. And once the truck was open, the unloading could begin. And the day after all the gym equipment arrived, the guys turned up to start fitting the internet into the gym. And that same day, my brother-in-law, who is an absolute star, started putting together all of the gym machines. So this is the CrossFit Metcon area, and you can see on the shelves, you've got the wall balls, slam balls, kettlebells, battle ropes. On the left, we've got hanging skipping ropes as well. Still to come, all the CrossFit rigs. And here we've got the internet guys feeding all the wire, so the gym is going to be completely free Wi-Fi. More Wi-Fi cables being fed up to the router that's on the first floor. All the while, my wonderful brother-in-law putting together all the machines on the first floor. And a few days later, another delivery. This one is from a different supplier. This is the barbells, the dumbbells, kettlebells, and the bumper plates. And again, the army of helpers then had to unload all of these, take them into the gym, lay them out so we could open the boxes and check that nothing was damaged. This delivery also included the remaining 3 rigs for downstairs and the 10 rigs, the CrossFit Metcon rigs that are going to go on the first floor. These are the 4 benches that will go underneath the rigs. I'm just hoping I've measured correctly. So as I said, that latest order contained all of the dumbbells that are going to go up onto the first floor for the CrossFit Metcon area. And you can see on the floor also all of the rigs that are going to go and get attached to the wall for people to do pull-ups, etc. So up on the first floor on the small balcony, we've now got 2 assault bikes and 2 ski ergs. And to the right of that, we've got 2 curved running machines, and in between those, we're going to eventually get a Stairmaster. And still up on the first floor, just next to the running machines, we've got 2 spinning bikes and 2 rowing machines. And a couple of days later, we've got a new welder. The old guy's working on a different project, and he started to put together all of the CrossFit rigs that are going to be on the Metcon floor in the gym. So they had to move some of the mats from the gym so that the CrossFit rig could be secured to the floor, to the cement floor, using impact bolts. And then they cleverly cut squares so the mats could go back and fit around the CrossFit uprights. When the rigs were complete, Leo then started painting a pink and a black line around the room. This is going to be the target at 9 and 10 feet for throwing the wall balls at. And if anyone's done CrossFit or High Rocks, you will know that wall balls are really easy and they're so much fun. It makes me laugh every time I do them. Probably even funnier than burpees. So back outside now, the majority of the work inside the gym is finished, and we've now started new groundworks to build a retaining wall because we need to build a car park for all of the customers, for cars, but mainly for all the motorcycles. Go back inside, it's a few weeks later, and this is the gym office. So we had a soft opening about a week before we did this video, and then shortly after that the AC guy turned up and started fitting the air conditioning to the gym. Leo doesn't know it yet, but he's going to have to paint over his pink and black lines because we don't want people throwing wall balls at the air conditioning units. So work on the car park, although a little slow, is progressing. It'll probably be another week before we get this concreted completely and cars and motorcycles can park there safely. So 2 or 3 days later, the rebar is being laid and they're also laying cement ready for finishing the car park, which is great. Hopefully we don't get any rain in the next couple of days because we don't want rain because we want to finish the car park, but at the moment the sky is not looking too good. So far the rain has held off. We've had a stockpile of pebbles. We can only build up to our setback. We can't build all the way to the road because of the rules. So hopefully the rain will hold off. We'll finish the car park and we'll layer the gap between the setback and the road, and that will be the car park finished. So work on the car park continues. We've had reports of a tropical storm on the way, but at the moment here it's only overcast, so fingers crossed. So the tropical storm did come. It was quite wet here for 2 or 3 days. That's now gone. The car park is finished. They're now filling in no man's land between the edge of the road and also our setback. So the car park is complete. It's now operational. Cars and motorcycles are parking. We will paint some lines on there later. At the moment, they are rendering the retaining wall. The car park is all but finished. We've just got to paint the white lines, and then the retaining wall, we're going to paint that white as well. So as usual, we had more rain again, but now you can see we've painted white lines for cars. We've got 3 spaces for cars to park and an area for motorcycles to park, and the retaining wall is also painted white. So that's the car park, 100% finished. The gym is now open. The car park is finished, so we invited our friend John back to affix the transfers onto the main door to show people that we are open, because some people come up, peer through the door but can't see because it's a black glass door. Hopefully now they'll see that we are open, but unfortunately we don't allow people to come in and just hang around because there's AC and people like to come in for the AC. I'd like to thank John immensely for all the help he's given us, and especially with the finishing touch of what's on our main door. As I said, the gym is now open. I did this small walkthrough just on the ground floor. There are always people up on the top floor on the running machines. This was about 7 p.m. During the week. Normally quite busy. Everyone seems to be happy, and it seems to be a success. So thank you for watching all the videos. But that's it as far as the gym build in the Philippines is concerned.